Need to get to this press conference at the St. Pete Police Department.
That's right. We're going to listen in now. We know that this 5-year-old girl is dead. Let's go to it.
The guy pulled over, and when the officer got behind the vehicle and he turned on his lights, the subject got out of his vehicle and he started saying something to the officer, but the officer had no idea what he was saying. The suspect then went to the other side of the vehicle, pulled out a child, put the child's face toward his chest. Then he walked to the side of the bridge and he threw the child into the water. The officer went directly to the bridge to see if he could locate the child in the water. The officer called out what he had just seen. He went off the side of the bridge, down a ladder to get to the water to see if he could locate the child. The suspect then just drove off, not at a high rate of speed, just drove off. Two officers that were on their way home, they were listening on the radio, and then they waited for him on the other side of the bridge. Once they saw the suspect car again, they got behind the vehicle. They did not activate their lights. They were just waiting to find a place where they could make the stop again safely. The subject stopped again, put on his blinker. The officers then turned on their lights. When they activated their lights, the subject then made a U-turn and came directly toward the officers, almost hitting one officer. The officer still did not pursue because they didn't get a chance. Then they turned around and then they started following the subject. He was going northbound on the south side of the road. Manatee Sheriff's Office did a great job. They deployed the stop sticks. We were able to stop the vehicle and get the subject out of the car, take him into custody. We brought him back here. We interviewed him. The subject did not want to talk to us. He has now been transported to the county jail. What I want to say is the officers on the scene did a fabulous job. Again, he went down. He was trying to locate the child. The child was thrown about 60 feet into the water. So the officer was able to locate there was a ladder on the side of the bridge. So he went down. He was trying to locate the child. Eckerd College put their boat right in the water. They found the child again about an hour and a half later, about a mile away. The current was pretty strong. They worked on the child until they were able to take the child to the hospital where the child was pronounced dead. We don't know if the child was alive at the time the child was thrown into the water. The officer said he thought he heard the child scream, but he's not sure. We're just waiting for the report to come back from the ME's office. So with that, open up for any questions.
Did he say anything during questioning about motive or how he could possibly do something like this?
No, he did not. And again, when he also got a car, he said something, but he also has no idea what he said.
Was there a custody battle going on with this child?
We know about a report that last month there was an issue of a domestic violence. He filed the domestic violence report against the mother of the child, but that injunction was not granted.
Have you talked with any family members yet? Have they given you any information about what may have led up to this?
We are in the middle of that investigation. Again, both agencies, both St. Petersburg Police Department and other agencies that are helping us are doing a great job on that. We want to make sure everybody was safe after all this, and we're now just talking to the parents and talking to the mother of the child.
The officer who found this little girl, how is he? I imagine he's going to need some help.
He's gone home right now. We're going to be talking to him later on. And you're absolutely correct. Just think about that. We always say there's no such thing as a routine traffic stop. And the officer didn't even make a traffic stop. When he got to the top of the bridge, the guy had already stopped waiting for the officer to get there.
He seemed to be waiting?
He was waiting.
And when you said that the officer, you said you couldn't tell what he said, was it because it was unintelligible, or was it just the officer couldn't hear him?
The officer couldn't hear him because when the officer got behind the subject, the officer turned on his lights. The guy came toward the officer, screaming something. The officer, fearing for his safety, pulled his weapon, just trying to figure out what was going on. The subject then just walked around, opened the passenger side of the vehicle, grabs the baby, puts the baby face toward him, goes to the side of the bridge, and just throws the baby into the water.
About what distance was the officer from this?
And I haven't gotten all the reports, and we're looking at, so a traffic stop, you're probably going to talk maybe 2 or 3 car lengths.
Do you know if this man has any other children?
No, I do not.